Hi, it's just Crafty Chantel. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I appreciate you guys continuing to view my videos. Um, Today I'm going to go through the Crafters Companion Wisteria Collection. This is part of Nature's Garden. It may no longer be available. I know it's October 2023 going on November 2023. I did not see this in birthday week last week, and they had a lot of stuff. So maybe it's no longer available, or maybe some of the pieces may come available. But what I'm here to do is just give inspiration. So probably the cards and the techniques that I use, you'll be able to use on any cards or any collection. This is just for inspiration. So let's see what it comes with. These are the metal dies. So you use these for the flower forming foam. And then we have 7 sentiments. These are all like friendship, happiness related. Here is the die and stamp for the blossom, the actual wisteria. And then here is the decoupage pad. Let's see, is there a die for this one? Maybe this one is just perforated. Okay, yes, these are perforated, so you don't need a die. That actually kind of makes it easier. And then they have the colors, so they're color coordinated. So 1 1, then black 1 1, black 2 2. So that just shows you how to layer them. And then 3, so 1 2 3. So this one has like 3 layers to it, and I do like that it's perforated already. So here are some additional dies, some vines, and then this is the bird cage die, the window die, which this one seems kind of complicated as they were using it. I'll see what I can do with it, but it did look nice. The edgeable. Oh, okay, so this is the embossing folder and stencil. So you take these stencils and you do them one at a time. I think of this one I might actually want to demo with some of this glitter paste that I have back here. Here is the rustic window embossing folder. And this is the petal powder that I might actually have to go back and watch the video on, because I don't even remember how to use this, but I remember it was very pretty when they were using it. So I'll have to probably look that up. And then our favorites, let's look at the paper pads. This is 6 by 6, 180 sheets, and they are double-sided. Oh, that's pretty. It's a nice background. And you know what? I was so busy looking at the fronts that I didn't even look at the back. So that's kind of tie-dye. This one has maybe like goldish, beigeish flecks. More tie-dye. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. It's probably not what it's called. And there's like some pale leaf backgrounds, floral background. So it's almost the same design in a couple of different shades. And then we have the flower forming foam. So I was just complaining about how I'm out of purple. And so here is a bunch of purple. So there are 3 shades, light, medium, and a deeper purple. Those will come in handy. I don't know what kit came with this purple, but this I love, and I will probably end up using it with today's projects. I don't know, we'll have to see. I don't know where my mind is going with it yet. You might be able to hear my puppy whining in the background. He's a Shih Tzu and he loves attention. And I give him all of my attention typically. Oops, tore those pages. So these are just a bigger version of the 6x6. And I had to buy this kit because I just adore purple. And so this you can use that way or that way. Or this could be like your whole 5x7 right here. So sometimes to make it a quick and easy card, you know, you can vibe off the paper. Just do a matte, like a purple matte or a green matte, and then another one in a different color, gold. Put your color and then the sentiment. These are absolutely gorgeous. You just have to look at the 12x12 and figure out where you want to cut it. Like this one would make a nice corner of a 5x7, and then your sentiment goes in this area. So now that we've gone through all of our materials, let's see what we can come up with. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with our first card. And for as much stuff that there is in this kit, it seems like I was digging around in my stash quite a bit. So there was no solid paper in the kit, or collection, I should say. So I did have to dig up some solid paper for my mat and layers. So this is going to be a 6x6 card, and I am going to make a 6x6 layer first. So we have that here, and then I'm going to trim this piece that came with the kit. I think I'll cut it down, collection, I keep saying kit. Cut it down, cut it across the bottom. I'm just going to cut it to 5 3/4, just a slight trim. There we go. And then I have the decoupage Wisteria blossoms. And so these, I mean, they come 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 to help you layer them up properly. I feel like you can do whatever you want and just kind of get them on there. And then the next thing that I want to do is use one of these sentiments. And I want to do it with the circles here, because I have a lot of real estate down here. And then also run this ribbon across and make a bow. This was in my stash. Again, like I said, I feel like I kind of had to go into my stash for a few things. So especially for solid paper. So let's go ahead and get our stamping done. I'll do thank you so much, because I have somebody that's actually interested in some thank you cards. So this can be one that goes to her. And I'll just go with the purple ink. This one is quick dry, damps and wine. Okay, so here's the first card using the Wisteria Collection. I just put all of the decoupage at the top. I don't know, maybe something could go up there, but I think that looks fine. Used one of the sentiments and 2 circles. I'm just adding these glue dots to the back just to keep it from moving around, keep it anchored. And I pulled the ribbon out of my stash and also the solid purple paper because there was no solid paper in this collection. Let's move on to our next card. Okay, for our next card, we're going to do a 4x6, and I want to use the stencils, Whisper Wisteria, and it looks like there's 3 colors. I don't see that they recommended any colors on here, so I am just going to use this jade green, deep damson wine, and then this amethyst for the lighter one right here. And you can see I tested my colors out just to see which ones that I wanted to use and which one's going to work better. And then I mentioned I wanted to try it with the glitter paste, and I did. So a couple of things. I mean, you know, if I did it right and took my time, it wouldn't be terrible. But this glitter takes a minute to dry, and so you need to wait for it to dry completely before you do the next layer. And it's wet, so it kind of like soaked into the paper, so that kind of like, I don't know, made it warp a little bit. So just a couple things to think about if you decide to do it that way. So I have my card base, matte layer. This is from my stash. It's like a pearlized from Crafters Companion. And then I already did my sentiment. And honestly, you could put a bow on here and be all set if you so choose. Or, you know, maybe add a ribbon across it or something, because this wisteria paper is very, very pretty. But we're going to add another layer, and that layer is going to be with the stencils. So this is a 4x6. What size do they call it? I mean, it fits a 4x6 card. Yeah, the folder size is a 4x6, but this paper is a little bit smaller. So I'm going to add this on top, put my sentiment over here. It's going to overlap a little bit, but that's okay. And for this one, I'm going to use try to use my Gemini MIDI. This is a Gemini Junior plastic shim, but we'll see how it goes. My machines are off camera to keep my table from shaking too bad, even though it still did a lot of shaking. So that looks pretty good as far as embossing goes. So I'm going to use this media matte, because since I get these nice tools from Crafters Companion, I want to use them. Okay, this is pretty, but you know, it's not really my deal, my jam. Um, Kind of a lot of work, and it's kind of like that shabby chic rustic look. So I probably would not use this stencil stamp. I mean stencil embossing folder deal, and just maybe do something with a ribbon and a bow and the sentiment. Okay, so next up is going to be the edgeable die. And I'll just show you what it looks like. So it just has some wisteria hanging down. Go back down. And what I have chosen to do, the die is 2x6. So I've chosen to do a 4x6 card. So I'm going to do it in landscape, and I want to attach this vellum, so, and then the edgeable on top. So the card still closes, but it has this clear vellum, and then on the inside we're going to throw in this. This is where we could put our sentiment, and then just a little extra up there, and then I have this to go across the center as the sentiment. So I have more of these dies. I don't know where they are. I think they are from who is it, Spellbinders, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm just gonna go with Celebrate for the purpose of the demo, but you guys get it. It can be whatever you want it to be, or however you want it to be. Again, these videos are just for inspiration to help you guys get some ideas. oh, okay, so that's going to be something that I want to deal with. Didn't think about that. Then we will add our wisteria. This is, again, some paper from my stash. It is not cardstock, it's just paper. So it's pretty thin, but you can see the way it matches the collection just so by sitting on that packaging. So bring this on. So that could actually be simple enough. I don't know that we need another color. Let's put this one on the inside. And use our dotty tape pen gently, because I will kill some letters. Okay, I like that. And now I think, okay, and then there we go. We can just decoupage a couple of other pieces of wisteria from one of the other projects that we ended up not using. So I won't overdo it with the tape. Just throw. Even just the one in the bow. I mean, I don't know, I totally just adore bows. All right, so here we go. This is what we'll do for the second one. So we use the edgeable and some vellum. So there we go with that. And then we have this on the inside. We can add our sentiment here, and that kind of covers it up. And then we put a couple of pieces of the decoupage on the front, and you know what, the more the merrier if you so choose. Very cool. Okay. So at this point, if you're waiting for me to demonstrate the flower petal powder, not gonna do it. I tested it out. I didn't like how it looked. Also, if you're waiting for me to do the embossing folders, I won't be doing those. This is the last one I'm actually gonna do, and it's with the petals or the flower forming foam. So I have a bunch of them all over. So I just have a couple of layers. This is some of that pearlized paper from my stash, and then this is some muted paper from the collection. This is a bird cage from the collection, so I'm thinking of doing the bird cage here. Oh, so here's one idea that I had. You can do the sentiment and take some of this decoupage and a bow and be about done. Maybe some ribbons, you know, just I also was thinking of doing the foam flowers all the way around, but then I saw the bird cage. So I think we'll just do the bird cage in the lower left. And let's start playing with these pieces just to kind of set it up and see how it's going to look. So I have here some greenery. This is some pearlized paper. Not really sure which green it is. I don't keep my stuff with the packaging. Not the neatest crafter. So we have some greenery going around there. Okay, now I think I want this longer one up here. Some greenery over here. And then I also have some smaller wisteria pieces that can go here. So maybe that just all goes down like this. And then that goes down the bird cage. And then maybe these pieces go up here, and then we're gonna do our flowers going down. So on the packaging, you know, to be consistent with how wisteria works, they're kind of going down in a kind of a triangle, and it looks like they are they're heated up a lot so that they can fold in a whole lot. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Get these heated up a lot, as much as I can. And I have my Cricut mini easy press, and I have a couple of different colors. I have the dark purple and the medium purple from the Wisteria Collection. So I'm going to get these flowers separated out and start heating them up. Okay, so check this out. I just realized that if I kind of hold it down, it picks up more heat and shrinks up even more, which I think is what I wanted to do, to be able to give me that curved effect. Okay, so just to kind of get me started, I just used a dotty tape pen and added some tape down. Or you can use glue or glue gun and all that good stuff, but I just needed to stick fast so I can figure out what I'm doing here. And so basically I'm just sticking the flowers down and trying to make them look a little graduated. And also mixing in the colors and kind of doing them on their side. So that they can kind of lean forward a little bit. So there we go. We have our flower forming wisteria, and we have a lot of leftover pieces. Maybe I could use some of these little ones on the bird cage. That one, we use the bird cage, we use the vines, and we use the, what are they calling this, whimsical wisteria, the vines, and then we use the wonderful wisteria flower forming foam dies. Okay, just a quick recap. This is the Wisteria Collection from the Nature's Garden Crafters Companion, and we did one card 5x7 with the flower forming foam, just kind of draped it down, and also using the bird cage. And we did another one with the edgeable and the decoupage, and then we added this vinyl, so just to give it like a different effect. Then we used the decoupage again here. This one was just a simple quick one that you can do, just a layer from our stash. All the solid paper is from my stash. There's no solid paper in this kit, and so this is just an example of the decoupage kind of arcing around the sentiment and then adding a bow. Again, something quick. And then here we have the the embossing folder and stencil, and then I used some ink stamp pads from my stash, and use the stencils. There's 3 different stencils. There's a green, there's this purple, and that purple, which are actually 2 different purples, even though it doesn't look like it. So this is what we've created with the Wisteria collection. Again, I am just Crafty Chantel. I hope you enjoyed what you saw today and it gave you a little inspiration for future projects with this collection or something else. If you enjoy this video, please feel free to hit like and subscribe, and also hit the notifications button so that you can be notified when I do additional videos. Again, this is just Crafty Chantel. Thank you for joining me.